Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sunesha and we are gonna create a map for City Skylines. In the last episode we worked on the island in the middle of the screen here, and I have actually worked on it off screen a bit here and repurposed it, repop it, is that a word? Probably. It is now, and so I added some more trees and I removed the trees from the and I also sculpted out some detail out of the mountain here, and I've messed about with a little bit about everything, so I think this is the finished product. We also, in the speed up episode, we added these nice volcano ridge there, and so that was a nice thing. I think I'm gonna do more speed up things. Have patience with me. I'm not really sure how to edit those videos, but I think I will get a better presentation after a while. So yes, in today's episode, I've decided after I looked off Reef, not Reefer Madness, so Reef. We will make a geological reef. I could do probably a geological reef, but the problem is with that is that you can't place trees and plants underwater in vanilla City Skylines, and at least when I'm creating this map I would just want to use features that are available for everyone. So as you can see here, I created a small reef here, and to sprinkle in some rocks here, and then we'll be using just the map tool to add some content, but so the rocks are only there to fool yourself that there are a lot more detail and a nice beach there. So yes, we will start doing that. I also found a very cool mod which overlayer. I will add it to my mod collections, which you can access from my video descriptions. I will add this because look, do you remember this sketch? So this is how it looks, my sketch looked, and this is how the end result looked here. So it's kind of cool. It's also nice. It's a kind of wraps on top of the things, and I guess you can see how helpful the sketch has been for us here. I added this part here, as you can see that was not a part of the sketch because I thought it was looking nice. So where should we add this reef? This is a good question, and this is a very well designed sketch and stuff. So it's a really hard decision. Do you know why? Because everything works together here, and we don't want to break that thing here. I think actually the most natural part to have this reef should be around here somewhere. Should we have it wrap around here? Or should we have it wrap around here? The thing is, outside the player squares here, in the game when you load up the map, it will be almost not visible because of fog and stuff. It will blend it away. So do we want it to be part of the player map? Probably. We have a very empty. Maybe we should probably add it over here. Okay, I've decided to add it to my holding head here instead, because I made a decision because it would be more interesting, because we have the shipping line coming in here. So if the shipping line can kind of hug the wall of the reef and go inside there, it actually, the reef feels aesthetic purpose more than just being reef outside there. So let's try to add it here. So let's go back to speed up mode. Okay, we are done with the sketching part here. So now we need to, oh man, this is narrow stuff. So we need to add in the other stuff here. So that's a nice reef outside here. So if we check it here, our shipping line will come right outside it. I love that. So we have 80 here. So let's start creating a small reefs of we need to create Let's go with 100 and go with 50. We will create small plateaus here so we can blend that out. Okay, cool.
So let's speed this up.
Okay, cool. So we are done with the plateauing here. So let's smooth it out. I like to do it with a big one. I don't want the flat one here because, yeah, we can work on the detail later. So let's start with this. I usually want to be around under 10 when I do stuff like this. So speed up time again. So our goal here is to just flatten it out, and I think I'm more or less done here with that. So let's just take a small notch on the back side of it too. And I will just go with super small here because we just want to round it off here. So let's see here. And then we just want to pull this out with the smoothing tool here. So we just pull it out a bit so we get a little bit slope. So what I do is the yellow edge of the tool there, I'm just touching the thing here, and that will help me just pull out the base of the cliff here. So cool. So what I want to do now is so we can see our end result. I want to paint the whole thing with sand. Okay, cool. So we have painted it with sand. I think I'm just gonna add it like that. And swivel it out a bit like this. And then let's let the water come back here. And it should now be underwater. So now we have a nice reef here. I'm looking how it looks from this angle. Let's get rid of. So this is how the reef looks from the outer side without adding any features. So we can see it a little bit dark here from the cliff. We can even spot it through the water there, but that kind of looks nice. And it has a interesting shape too. It doesn't really matter if it's perfect because we don't want it to be perfect because nature is not perfect. So what I'm gonna do now is add in the reef features here. And so what I'm gonna do is gonna use this paintbrush over here, go to 50, and then we're just gonna pop it up so it with a very low value on our brush strength. I'm just gonna pop it up here so it pops just right with the surface here. So I'm just gonna click here and move around a bit and then wait and just make it go above surface there. I think we're soon. and we can see the line there. I think that is the 100 line. So you can see it is now above surface, but it's very pointy. So I think if we have to smooth this out a bit. And you get these pointy things when you're working with so small tools here. So yeah, it's a little bit, you have to have patience here. And try to add so you get a round shape around a bit, otherwise you will just get the pointy shape. So now it's sticking up here, so let's just add another one like this and some random here, so it doesn't look too round or something. So let's see here, we can see now something is popping up there, so it is really nice. And you can see from the sides it will look like that. And then when we add some rocks, I think I'm gonna add some underground here too, so it's just smooth. It just doesn't look perfect. We don't want to, so yeah, we break up that sand. So look at this now. It looks more interesting, some kind of reef is there. So yes, I'm just using 2 colors here, but just to make it a little bit interesting. Look at that. That looks nice, and then the kind of reef is sticking up here. And we will continue to add a bit here, and then I can try to gonna finish a part of it, and then I will do a speed up video where I do the rest of the work. So it's kind of looks like this brush is, when you go in this tight pattern here, it just doesn't create anything. So yeah, so I think I have to move in a circle pattern, that way I can grow this without getting too much pointiness. There is some point in it, but maybe if you like that, it's okay. If you like that, so yeah, let's have 1 point, but yes, let's not make it a habit. And let's add it here. We'll add on a little bit here. Oh yeah, gonna move circular pattern so we don't get too pointy circles. So it's like a Karate Kid here. Wax off, wax on. You can see that I have to remember that thick gray, or the light gray thicker line here is where we have sea level. So I kind of try to stay up below that, or as much as possible, so it doesn't look weird here. But to add some more over here, and then we will finish it up so you can see how it looks. But now you can see we have those low detail things. Okay, cool. So let's speed this up, and I will work until around here, and then we will finish this part off, and I will speed it up later in a speed up video, because yeah, you see how I've done everything. Okay, I'll kind of like this one. Let's go for a little bit bigger brush. So we need a bigger brush size, otherwise it will not be able to resolve the detail on the map editor here. Okay, that is a little bit better. It should look like a reef, and I don't want it to be higher than level there. So let's add in some detail by the help of props here. So if we go to the different rocks here, we will be able to add some more detail. This is low polygon and not fake rocks we have made with the help of our tools, but it's kind of will work fine with the help of this here, and then we can add small detail here and there. Let's see if we can find a flat one to kind of add that one. You can probably work a lot of it. I'm just trying to make something fast here. Oh, let's see. Let's add you here. So just here and there I will add something with detail. That looks just awful. It stands out too much, it doesn't blend in. So what I kind of looks for is places where I feel like it's too much of the same. Like here, we have a place where everything looks a little bit too much the same. So let's just add the rock. I'm just looking for it. So it will break up the pattern, because if everything looks the same and then close to each other, yeah, it will create a pattern, and I want to avoid that at any cost. Let's see if we can find. Let's see if we can get this one in here somewhere. Let's spin it a bit. So let's get it under the water a bit. And now it's away. As you can see, it's about breaking up the pattern a bit, so it doesn't look the same. So let's see if let's add you here. Let's see, we have two rocks there, or very big ones. Let's see. Can you use? That's why I also created this lower place, so we can put things there. I think we want to have it around. Where is the boring part? It kind of like looks like poo. Why do I think like it looks like that rock didn't want to cooperate? Let's try this one. Oh, that's one large one. It's a really large one. I would rather go with a smaller. So yeah, I'm just squeezing it around since I found a good fit. Like, we already have a rock there, so let's break up the pattern around here. I would prefer to have it a little bit lower, but that is something we can make happen here with the help of level tool. Let's go with a small one, brush size 51. Let's level this out a bit, so we leave. Let's get rid of this one completely, and let's see if we can get in rock. I want it to be below water, so I think I have to dig a hole. But here, like that. Let's put it there. So for the that looks nice. It will be there for a while, and then we will level this. Okay, let's level lower.
Okay, we just move it. Will that work?
There is a perfect place to put a rock. Take one of the smaller. Spinning. I just squeezed one in there because I can. Okay, cool. So you can see now, if we work a bit, with this, it can help out to work here. It also depends on the theme you have. I'm not really happy about the brown color here. I think I will lower all parts here a bit lower into the surface before it works, because as you can see here, I went a little bit less aggressive with the mountains here, and it kind of works here. That worked. This was way too much features. I think I can smooth about 30% of them out, and it will look better. And I definitely don't want to have shapes like that. It doesn't work with this theme, but yeah. So that's how you can make a coral reef. Yeah, before we do that, I want to extend the beach. I don't mind if it's not. This is not a beach you will go swimming on, but as you can see now, the feature is there. It will look better. It will look a lot better when we have put the other island in here, because now it looks kind of out of context. But if you look at from this angle here, you see. Let's see, so you don't get confused. So here we can see that, but I think that Reef works a lot better because there is just a couple of things sticking up. I think if we compare, if I work a little bit more in the speed up video with it, because the thing is, when I'm recording, I try to be as brief and fast as possible. So yes, the result is not as good as when I do something off camera. As you can see here, this looks really good. And it looks really good from this angle too. So yeah, that was everything from this episode, and in the next one we will just speed this up and I will fix this up, the whole reef feature here. And as always, thank you for watching.